a cigar man. Baby, oh baby, you know I'm smoking. Cigar like a woman, round but not too firm. Even though it's smoking slow, fire'll get you burned. I'm a cigar man. Baby, oh honey, you know you got me smoking. Smoke 'em when they're short, smoke 'em when they're long.
Hello again, and welcome to another Monday night. You know what time that is? It is time to do another show. I am John Hill.
I'm Nick Woods.
And I am their special guest, Adam Gibson.
And together we are Smoking Salads. So tonight on the show, Nick is going to be our in-control guest. So Nick, what do we got on the tasters for tonight?
So tonight we are smoking Rocky Patel Special Reserve Sun-Grown Maduro. I'll show it real quick.
So there we go. So this cigar has actually been out for a while. We discovered that it's kind of difficult to find one at your local brick and mortar shop in the Portland area. They do sell a lot online, so a lot of people just let online sell it, but we were able to procure one. Thank you, Dave, for allowing us to have 3 taster cigars. Much appreciated, because there was a little confusion as to who had the cigar and who didn't. So with that, continue, please.
So let me pull up my taster notes.
That's what I like. A nice prepared person for the show that they're hosting.
Yeah. Wait, that was sarcasm.
Just a little.
I figured. All right, so Rocky Patel Sun-Grown Maduro was named #2 cigar of the year in 2016. Already? Nope. Don't let him. No. Don't let him. Not now.
Not yet.
That was
wait.
Dean. That was Dean.
You gotta wait, Dean.
So, let's see. Yep, #2 cigar of the year. And then, these goats. No, Dean, not yet. So, the Special Reserve, the first Sun-Grown was a dark cigar to begin with, but this is a more modern version. It's darker, it's stronger, and it's more complex. This, the makeup of it is factory location was Nicaraguan, the filler is Nicaraguan, the binder is Nicaraguan, and the wrapper is Connecticut broadleaf.
Here we go.
It's priced at about little under $9 a stick, which is fantastic, especially with all the taxes we're getting these days.
Yeah, and some.
So, where I pulled the taster notes. So before we get into the taster notes, would you get off just stick by itself?
So the normal caramely, barn funky, well, more barn funky, but I got a little caramely essence to it.
Okay.
Little OD caramely essence to it. So somebody else is getting interrupted calls tonight. We're very popular.
Oh, Ryan did that on purpose because everybody was getting phone calls.
Oh, so yeah. So you're normal, but it's very light aroma.
Right.
Adam, did you pick up anything?
Like Nick said, I got a touch of chocolate. I don't have the refined palate that you guys do.
So it smelled like a cigar to you?
Refined.
No, it smelled like more than a cigar. Refined. I mean, these are two.
So yeah, I got chocolate, spice, and like a very sweet barn funk. Nothing too crazy. Pretty classic cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did you get on the first draw? What were your flavor profiles?
On my flavor profile, I get that hint of chocolate. I get some woodiness out of it. Very, very light pepper through the retrohale. A little bit of spice, some baking spice on there, which you would expect out of a sun-grown wrapper. So yeah, but very, very, medium, solid medium bodied. Nothing overpowering, but the spice through the nose and the palate lingers on the finish a little bit.
Yep. What about you, Adam?
Medium and spicy, as John said.
Okay.
Like I said, it's, for me, fellas, you guys are more refined than I am. That's all I can say, and I appreciate
Refined.
you.
We pretend to be.
Refined. We're going to put refined always in quotations. Refined.
That might be the motto for this year's Cigar Fest.
Refined.
Refined.
With quotes.
With
Refined.
For refined people.
So, yeah, I got the pepper. I got some oaky notes. Got some chocolate still. But yeah, the pepper really lingers. From where I pulled this, the review, they said the first draw was like a sucker punch of pepper to the back of the throat, which you were saying that.
So we already got a comment from mystery smoking salads person that says you guys suck.
Oh, I wonder who says that.
Somebody's angry
That
about
could
this
be,
pairing.
could be Tony Monahan.
Could be Tony Monahan.
Could be Tony
Well,
Monahan.
it's labeled smoking salad, so I'm not typing it. Nick's not typing it.
So
I
it
wonder who
must-
that could be.
It must be our forgotten friend. May he have fun in Bend.
That's right.
So other notes are so they said behind the pepper bomb are clean notes of creamy chocolate and cedar with a long, deliciously rich finish. The retrohale is a symphony of sweet caramel, dashes of pepper, and a deep cider nuance.
You can see some appley cider kind of thing in there.
A little bit.
And the finish for sure. Absolutely.
I was definitely getting caramel on the retrohale. Caramel, and I actually say I get more chocolate on the retrohale than I do caramel.
Yeah, there's definitely some sweet notes to this. Sweet, spicy. Yeah, really good. So,
But, yeah, that's so. And we've got the this is the Toro, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm still trying to learn my Vitolas, but we're smoking the Toro, so it's gonna be a while before we can give some more notes.
It's a box press Toro.
Yeah, it's a box press Toro. It's gonna take a while for us to. We'll throughout the show we'll throw in some new notes that we're getting and what the flavor profile is going, but so the reason why I was surprised was because I came up with the cigar. Well, our friend Dave was nice enough to supply us with the cigar, but I was in charge of the cigar, and John is supplying the liquor.
That's right. And we did this special combination mostly because this is Dean's favorite unicorn. Well, I don't know if it's his absolute, but it is definitely one of our
his tops.
favorite
Yeah.
unicorns. So there are special flavors that we pull out when drinking both the spirit and the cigar. So I don't know if you've ever experienced this.
I have not. This will
So
be your first.
I'm not going to spoil it, but what you should be getting. Let's see what Adam and Nick gets. But let's pour this. This is
Well-
Tears of Lloronna. So Tears of Lloronna. It is a rare handcrafted tequila created by master distiller German Gonzalez,
That was disappointing.
and I'm going to butcher the hell out of his last name.
Do it.
Gorokchetui. So yeah, it sounds just like that. So he's the son of the prominent tequilero Guillermo Gonzalez, and his father was the first one who created Chinaco, which is the first super premium brand that was imported into the U.S. So German was a guy that was just really interested in the family business, and he got into the growing and into the master chemistry areas of it, and
So I have
the
to
blending.
ask: is German's name spelled like the word German?
Yeah, with
Okay.
an apostrophe A
Oh, okay.
on it, German.
I was like, oh, okay, I see.
So yeah.
Uniqueness.
So he initially kind of created this on his own for his own little personal stash to share with friends. And when he created it, his friends said, "Man, this is so good, you gotta share this." So he made some very small batches to start with, to just give it to some extended family, and they talked him into growing or actually producing more and more of it. So they started importing into the U.S. about 2014 or so. So he named it La Llorona because La Llorona is translated to the one who cries. It's a crying woman, one who cries, and it's a story of faith and faithfulness, passionate love, and shocking loss. So while the origin's tale is a little lost over time, there's many versions that exist on the story across Central and South America. All feature a beautiful young woman scorned by madness by her unfaithful husband, and legend has it that she wanders Mexico landscapes crying bitter tears of regret. So,
Wow,
this
show got real dark real quick.
in making this, there was lots of tears, and of course the angels share. They're calling that angel share the tears. So the tears that are lost. So it was fitting for them to call this Tears of Lloronna. So this is a very unique tequila. It is considered an añejo, although it's been aged 5 years. So 5 years usually bumps it into the extra añejo category, but this is classified as an añejo, and it's distilled twice in a traditional copper pot still and aged in 3 distinct types of oak barrels: Scotch, sherry, and brandy.
Okay.
So, the 5 years is actually 2 years longer than most of your normal añejo tequilas.
Okay.
So let's start with the aroma. So we'll say, all right, what are you getting on the nose? And we'll discuss what the website says that they get out of it.
So while you're sniffing, I'm going to say really quick, Eric says that he's also smoking the Rocky Patel Special Reserve. He says Dave is the man.
Special Reserve or the Sun-Grown Maduro?
It says Special Reserve Sun-Grown Maduro on the wrapper. Read, John. It says Special Reserve.
You know I can't read.
Oh, that's true. Dave is also drinking homemade seagrass.
What?
Homemade seagrass.
Doesn't even sound good.
Sounds
Jeff
healthy.
Plummer, who's in our audience, is drinking Highland Park 12-year Viking Honor Scotch. Wow, Scotch. Okay.
Today isn't it Jeff
And-
Jorge Plumer?
Oh yeah, Jefe Plumer. And he is smoking the Lenka by PG Cigars, one stick that he won at our local cigar meeting.
Very good.
Apparently, it's very good. Let's see what else. Dave said, "What's that weird bourbon on the table? It looks cheap." Now you can let Dean talk.
Who is it?
Hell, you're drinking the tears and the sun-grown, dude.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Dean?
Yeah. We thought, it's a special occasion.
You both suck. Well, I am drinking a fancy beer series from Tin Barrel called Estonia. It is a whiskey barrel aged Imperial Porter. It's 12.6% alcohol. It was brewed in 2017 and
Yeah, we're not talking about your whiskey tonight. We're talking about our whiskey tonight.
Yeah,
So-
sorry, Dean.
Yeah.
Hey, Dean,
So you can try to rub it in all you want, but we
Dean,
have control.
Oh, Dean, you seem to be cutting up.
Yeah, you're cutting out. I can't hear you
I
anymore.
can't hear. What?
cutting out. Alright. Okay, I'll remember this.
All right.
Yeah, just know that this doesn't even count for payback of you guys attacking my bar.
Hey, I'm relaxing in the hot tub smoking a cigar.
Yeah, I seem to recall. I'm still looking at an empty bottle of Louis XIII. So yeah.
I don't know who did that up.
I had no
This is
idea
from
who
Ryan
did that,
Pulse.
but we must have been talking about fishing.
Yeah,
Don't
probably
do
some
it.
fishing jerk. So,
Don't do
all right.
it.
So you can stay on the phone if you want, but we're going to talk about what we get out of the nose.
And just mute him.
Alright, I'll let you guys go and I'll watch your show.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for calling
Bye,
in,
Dean.
Later, smoky salad.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh, Dave Babcock says Jose Cuervo is better.
Well, then you can continue to do. You can give me your bottle of tears, since you don't like it, and I'll swap with you with some Jose Cuervo. How about that,
There you go.
Dave?
So to answer your question, on the nose, it's very sweet. I'm getting like a floral aspect. I don't know if it's like a honeysuckle or something like that, but I can kind of get a hint of the brandy. Not a lot, maybe just a hint, and then I'm getting some smokiness. It could be just because I'm smoking a cigar, but I'm getting a bit of it's like Scotch smoke type of smoke.
Okay.
Well, you, Adam.
I got the sweetness, got the little bit, the floral part of it. I was thinking brandy or sherry, something with a little bit of sweetness. I've tasted it already. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Well, I've been
I'm the
tasting
only-
mine since I poured it.
I'm the only one that hasn't tasted anything.
This is one of my favorite tequilas, and it is one of my favorite pairings. So on the nose, they say a sweetness like a caramely custard, dried fruit, and dark chocolate. Now, I don't get the chocolatey essence out of this, but
I need a moment. Oh my God.
so
Dean, you are missing out, man.
so we'll talk about the combination here in a minute.
Woo.
But the combination that we're looking for is, I think it's cigar first and then spirit.
All right,
And
so
then the combination that makes it a unicorn is very evident.
very evident. Okay.
Um,
Good God, the flavors that are coming off of that is absolutely mind blowing. Like
So what are you getting out of the spirit?
out of the spirit? Okay, so I actually got chocolate.
Yes.
Not a lot, but it's enough of the like a cocoa sweetness. I'm still getting very floral aspect out of the spirit. There's a fruit, but I don't know what fruit. It's either like an apricot or like a lighter fruit, like an apricot, a mango, maybe a peach. Probably not a peach. Peaches are pretty forward in flavor. But man, this is. I will not be pulling what I've done before and downing this sucker fast. I'm going to enjoy this.
So yeah, you guys are sipping it away. Adam, you got anything that you can pull out of your head of what flavors you're getting on the taste?
I don't get any fruit. I get sweetness on the nose. There again, a little brandy, little sherry. No scotch, because I think that was one of the tasting notes that some people.
Well,
it was
In a Scotch barrel.
A
So
Scotch
you might get a
barrel.
little smokiness out of it.
yeah.
Maybe a
So
little.
I did get a little bit of smokiness out of it. So
So let me ask you something simple.
yes,
If I gave this to you without telling you it was tequila, would you guess it was tequila?
maybe.
Yeah, no, that was the right
That-
answer.
Yeah. Yes. That.
This is not your limey salt and lime.
No.
Salt.
No.
Oh, no.
It
This
is.
is-
It is very complex.
Could you imagine if they probably do, but could you imagine if they put this in a margarita?
Somebody who looks like Noah Merritt walked in the house, but I can't recognize him because he's got
got
this,
a haircut.
He got his fancy haircut and his beard trimmed, and it's like he's going for a job interview.
That's a great question. That would be a tough. I mean, I could say a lighter Scotch. I mean, I could say that if you
Blindly gave it to you.
if you blindly gave it to
Yeah,
me.
but it doesn't smell or taste.
no,
like
Like a tequila, no.
no.
Man, that is.
Yeah.
So, all right. So on the palate, it just says agave, which is just kind of sweet, which you guys are picking up, with a spiciness and complexity for experienced palates, which means fruitiness, and there's all kinds of stuff that's going to come out of here, and it changes with every cigar you have. Now, we chose this particular cigar
Because there's a unicorn.
because it's a unicorn and there's a particular flavor. I'm waiting to see if you guys pull it out. On the finish, they just say it's best described as a warm scarf on a cold day. That means kind of nothing. It is warming. It's not overpowering. You don't get a burn in your chest. This is, I forget what the alcohol content by volume is. It is 86 proof. So, but doesn't drink like 86 proof. I'm going to try not to slide this, but I'm going to slide it anyway. So now I'm continually getting this unicorn flavor because I already know what to look for. But see what you guys get out of, and try it both cigar first, then spirit first, then cigar, and see if you guys get something that's very, very distinct. And it is going to be a fruity type of flavor. I can tell you that much. So if you're on the fruity, but I mean for me and for Dean, who is not here tonight to enjoy this little pairing, oh, too bad.
Too bad.
Thank you,
It
Dean,
was
for
very,
allowing me
very
to sit
distinct.
in this seat.
What are you talking about? We tied him up and put him in bed, and we sent him to bed. We wanted you on the show. We had one of us had to go,
So-
and Dean lost.
Whoever was responsible
That's right.
for not sitting in this chair.
Oh, it wasn't John or I that tied him up. We won't say who. They will remain anonymous.
So the blending of this is, I can't recommend this enough. If you are not a tequila drinker because you just smell tequila and it just makes you gag, this is not that. It is a little spendy. You're going to spend a little over $200 for a liter bottle. The only place I've been able to find it nowadays is over by Zupan's, which is over in like Lake Oswego, Zupan's. There's a liquor store over there next to a flower shop, and they usually have a couple of bottles. But Todd Holden, who owns a liquor store downtown on Front Street, he introduced me to this at a tequila tasting, and they just kept serving it to me, and I'm like, stop serving me this because you're killing me. You're killing my flavors for everything else. I don't want to taste anything else. I just want to keep tasting this, so I'm just going to try to walk away. Meanwhile, my wife's like, well, no, you're going to buy a case of that because it's good, which we proceeded to do. And then I kept buying more and more and more, and I don't know if I think Todd said I pretty much bought like 80% of whatever his stash was. I kept drinking it. But it is so good. It's great in the summertime. It's great in the wintertime. And as many of you know on the show by now, my tastes change, from morning to evening and from season to season, depending on what I'm drinking. This guy, it's full year. I try to hide it from myself because otherwise it would be gone within a week because it's just such a good sipper. So now that I've been kind of talking and you guys have been kind of tasting, are you picking up any unique flavors when you combine the cigar and the spirit together?
Let me ask you this. You said that the pairing that you're looking, that potentially will give off the flavor should be cigar than spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My question to you is there a specific time between the cigar and the spirit, or can you go right after the other, or should you let one sit? And because I'm getting a lot of fruit, I'm just not getting a specific fruit.
Well, try it the other way around. I mean, this is what Dean and I got. Your palate and Adam's palate is going to be very different. But Dean and I have a similar palate, so for both of us, we at the same time, after we had taken our sample, we looked at each other and said the exact same thing. Actually, he said one thing, I said another, but one was in the fruit aspect of it, and the other one was in a liqueur aspect of it. So don't think too hard. Just tell me what you guys get, because I don't want you to get what I'm getting. And if I tell you what it is, you'll probably say, "Oh yeah."
Probably.
And I don't want groupthink going on here.
I'm actually getting more of a with the combo. I'm getting a dark fruit. Not quite blueberry. But I think the combo, I'm getting more of a dark fruit than a light fruit. I don't know if that's what it is. But
how about you, Adam? What I'm looking for is the cigar by itself and the spirit by itself don't exhibit this flavor, but combine them together, you get
Am I
this
getting something
unique flavor.
distinct? I am not getting anything that overwhelms me. They're going well together, but
So generally, you like the pairing.
I do like the pairing. Yes.
So, and that's good. Do you like the pairing or you love the pairing?
Like it.
How about you?
I love it. I absolutely love it. The chocolate notes, and I'm getting chocolate notes. I'm getting kind of like a toasted bread type of note.
Okay, so now I'm going to throw some groupthink at you. What I taste is Grand Marnier.
Oh,
What Dean tastes is spiced orange, which is like
You guys,
Grand Marnier.
okay, you get orange out of this.
I get a lot of orange,
Do
but
you?
only.
Damn it, Dean!
Let's see what Dean has to say about this. Hello?
It's dude, I'm about to cry over here because it's so sad that Nick can't pull it out.
Well,
You're sad because Nick can't pull it out? Is that what I heard you say?
He normally has a good palate, but
No, so here's my defense. Here's my defense. It's the fact that I have maybe only had Grand Marnier once in my life.
Well, and then Dean said spiced orange. And for me, it's super evident. That's all I taste in the finish right now. It is just super spiced orange, like I just had a shot of Grand Marnier.
yeah, it's like a slowly sauteed orange with a little bit of
Yeah.
Is what it is. It's
And-
like a caramelized orange.
Not quite getting the orange zest that you guys are getting.
Yeah, and Adam's the same. Adam's thinking, yeah, this is good, but it's
And you know
not
what?
just
And you know
wow.
what? Here's my comment to Dean. Dean, it's my palate. Back off.
Ooh, ooh! I think the gauntlet has been thrown down.
I got it. It was blown away by it. It was like, oh my god.
Yeah. So, all right. Remember,
I
Dean.
don't know, John. Are you getting the orange tonight?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
So, all right. And Dean, remember to share this video if you like it.
I already did.
And everybody else out there, remember to share. All right, Dean.
jeez.
We'll talk
I
later.
have to.
All right, so I got a little catch up to do for the chat. Dave was talking about potentially using his tears, and then his girlfriend said, "Don't you dare." Dave said, and we were talking about like we were looking for the unicorn. Dave says, and we're probably gonna get kicked off Facebook saying this, but I don't care. Dave says, been looking for this thing called the G spot. Can't find it either. Ryan said to look for it in sheep. And then Ryan chimes in on YouTube, says it tastes like sheep.
Jason Eckholm says, have you ever had an orange?
I've had an orange. I've just never had Grand
Once upon
Marnier.
a time.
I guess.
Ryan says tastes like sheep.
Yep.
Well, Ryan, you gotta wait maybe half an hour after you have sex with your sheep before you start drinking. Maybe wash it down with some of your Gatorade first.
That won't even help him if he's eating sheep. I would love to have been able to be like spiced orange or Grand Marnier, but I don't eat things that I don't normally have stuff that has a spiced orange flavor in it. I know one thing that they used to sell a long time ago. I don't know if they do it anymore, but it was the chocolate oranges that you got on Christmas that you would throw on the table and it would open up.
Yes.
Yep.
That was a spiced orange, but I've never.
No, we get those all the time. It's not a spiced orange.
Well,
It's just
they
an
make
orange.
spiced orange ones, but I've never gotten
Yeah.
those ones. But
Well,
and I
the-
don't drink Grand Marnier.
The important aspect is, once again, everybody's palate is different. Adam got something different. Nick got something different, and Dean and I got something different. But you tend to like it more than Adam does, and it's
Yeah.
not like Adam has declared, "No, I hate tequila." He's like, "Yeah, this is good," because his palate. I don't know, what do you normally drink?
I would definitely agree with
Bourbons?
Adam. I would definitely agree with Adam that if you were to give this to me in a blind taste test, I would think it was like a very light Highland Scotch. It doesn't have any peat in it, so it's very. But there is an essence of smoke, so I would think it would be a very young Highland Scotch.
Yeah, this is a very, very unique tequila. This pairing it's the best cigar we've paired with it, but that's my palate. If you go out and get yourself a bottle, try it with some of your favorite cigars. But the notes of the citrus and the chocolate, the caramel, when you're pairing it with a cigar, think about what your cigar has involved with the flavors and find out where they kind of match up. Because sometimes they'll pair up nicely. Other times, you can get yourself like, what's the one we always talk about? It's the Balmoral, Connecticut.
Oh.
That thing pairs with everything. And it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
that Connecticut shade wrapper that's just that leathery creamy. It just lends itself to everything. And I have not tried that cigar with this, but I bet it would be really good. So just, if you're looking at pairing things, look at what do they say you're supposed to get out of the spirit? What are you getting out of the cigar? Maybe pair both of them together, and a lot of times they'll be really complementary, and sometimes they'll throw a unicorn, meaning there's a completely different flavor it pulls out.
So for people that watch our show, just out of curiosity, so when you do that research, are you looking for similar flavors between sticks, or is it better to find stuff that's a little bit different and then try to see if you can find the unicorn?
For me, it's a little bit of both. If you've got a whiskey that's honey, floral, what might go good with honey and floral? Find a spicy cigar. The spice kind of goes well with honey floral things. If it's really smoky, chocolatey,
Sweet and spicy type of thing.
right? So you can go for that sweet and spicy, or you can go for something that's just really meaty to go with that smoke. So yeah, it depends. You can play around with it, and it's really kind of fun to do this. And this is what we're doing in the background to kind of get our tasters. and it's really all about experimentation.
Yeah.
It really is. But you know, some of you just like to sit out there and you like to watch the shows. You just smoke the cigars, and you like Adam. He's like, hey, I know what I like. I can't define what it is that I like about it, but I know I like this. But some of you might want to get more involved and say, okay, I don't know what this is. And so you can go out and you can download yourself a flavor wheel. Westland Distilleries have one on their website. And it's good for cigars as well as whiskeys. Wineries also have this little flavor wheel. And as you're drinking, you can just kind of go through, do I taste this? Do I taste that? Do I taste that? Or,
That's nice.
or eventually I'm going to get all my test tubes together. We're going to have it out here because there's a lot of flavors we can't pick out.
Right.
Right? Like even today, you said fruity. I don't know if it's apricot. I don't know if it's an apple or a pear.
Right.
So you get little test tubes and you smell it. And he's like, that's it. So Dean and I have done that, for a couple of years. I'll just go into my spice rack and we start pulling all kinds of stuff. And I've done it with Craig, the magician that used to be on the show. And it's kind of a lot of fun because you'll find a spice like ginger or something like that you weren't even thinking about. But when you smell it, it's like, that's the spice. So, and over time, you start to identify, oh yeah, I remember that's a ginger flavor, or that's anise, or that's something like. So that's how we keep refining our palates.
So, Adam,
Yes.
you were
Yes.
so
But-
you told us, you told us before the show that you're not you're not as refined
I am not.
as we are. However, by listening to John, by listening to me, are you starting to pick out things maybe subtly as you're smoking and drinking?
Yes. I've smoked a few cigars in my short time on this planet. And what I learned a lot from John. We had a chance to spend time together years ago. And but my palate doesn't pick up everything. My nose leans towards citrus. I mean, that's an aroma that I really like. And that seems to... now, I've had Grand Marnier, and I've had sweetened cordials like that. It's a liqueur, I guess. I did not get that out of this, but that's okay. It's still, like I said, if that was in a different bottle and said Scotch on it, I'd be fine with that too.
Yeah.
The tequilas that I like, and John has sent me to a lot of really nice ones, have a different aroma, a different.
They have more of the kind of like Central American
Yes. Yes.
feel. They got the limes. They've got
No, not so much lime as much as it is just a dark fruit.
Yeah.
It's something not so tequila characteristic. It's oaky. It's floral.
A little, I would say a little earthy, but not Scotch earthy. This is good. I don't know if I probably wouldn't buy it. I mean, that would be
out of that price point.
Well, that might be the first gulp that I take of seeing like, but if I really liked it, price be darned, I would, I'd get it. It would be a special occasion, sipping tequila.
they requested
So,
to see the bottle.
requested to see the bottle.
Let me change my view. Make sure that you guys can see it. It's kind of hard to see because it kind of shows.
It's very, very cursive writing.
It's very cursive, and the
Very small
lighting in
font.
here, there's nothing
This
backplating
actually
it, so it doesn't really show up very
so
well.
what it looks like is that who made the tears again?
Germain.
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 So what it looks
Germain
like
Gonzalez.
on the bottle, it looks like Germain actually did he wrote it and then they self-imposed it onto
Right,
the
and
bottle.
there's no label on it, so showing it to you, the light kind of shines through it. It's really kind of hard to pick up the characters. But the distinctive characteristic about this bottle is how they have it capped. It's that old kind of beer, house beer kind of thing.
I love that.
So earlier I had some issues because they have a wax on top of it, and the wax was not being very nice to me. It wasn't pulling off. So as I opened this thing up, it just exploded everywhere. In fact, Adam and I pretty much took a bath in it.
Yeah, no, that's the stuff didn't want to come off.
So Adam and I have run into each other a couple of times in these last couple of weeks over at Cascade and some of the other times. And one of the times we ran together, I said, and Adam said at the same time, love to have you on the show. And Adam's like, I'd love to be on your show to talk about the Northwest Cigar Fest. So we are having Adam on the show. Adam, why don't you talk a little bit about who you are in terms of the Northwest Cigar Fest, what it is, when it is, where it's going to be. Let's have the details. When do tickets go on sale?
Let's get the deets.
Let's get the details on this.
Okay, John. No offense. It sounds like a question from my wife. There's like 5 questions in one sentence.
That's right. One giant question.
One giant question.
Tell us about yourself
like,
and the show.
So, here we are. My name's Adam Gibson. I may have already got that. So the Northwest Cigar Fest has happened the last 7 years. It is a small boutique cigar festival that we've had it in Vancouver. In 2021, we had it in Camas, but it's still local to Southwest Washington. It was started as a grassroots event, and John had been with us. I think our first year we had 50 people. It's a 2-night event. Friday night is the VIP night. We've had Cohiba for most of the years. We've grown slowly, which is what we want. It's what we can handle.
And has
Go
Sean
ahead.
been a part of that every year when you had the Cohiba VIP? Was Sean here every
No, Sean Williams, the brand manager for Cohiba, came to us. First year was 2019. Patrick DeWitt said, "Hey, Sean's coming out for this event," and this is a small blip in the Cohiba. We don't send any of the blenders' kids to college with what we sell.
Yep.
Okay, and to have Sean come out was, I mean, honestly, I didn't know who he was. When people throw a name out, last year we were supposed to have Ricky Rodriguez from CAO,
and he couldn't make it. Yeah.
and Ricky couldn't make it.
COVID. Yep.
So I would say the same thing, that, hey, that sounds great. Who is he? I did my homework. I found out who he is because I'd never met him, and John had met him. Sean.
Who hasn't John met? That's the question.
Exactly. Yes.
John's the cigar rep whore. He knows everyone and anyone, and we don't know why.
He gets out. He puts out.
He puts out.
He puts out.
I put out.
Yep. He puts out. So this year, the Cigar Fest, and if I can do a little, I guess, promo here, we have a Facebook presence, Northwest Cigar Festival. This year it's August 12th and 13th. If you come join us, it will be warm, but we will have tents. We're going to do what we can to keep everybody cooler. We have lots of hydration. We have food. So there's two ticket prices. This year we've done some changes, and I don't know if I've spoke with John about it, but told him anyway. If you get a VIP ticket, which lets you get in on Friday night, Saturday night, VIP we dropped the price a few dollars. It's $240 for 2 nights, but you get a $30 show credit of 30. So you get, which we've never done before.
Right.
Last year was $250 for both nights.
Because there's product, and Ryan Pultz was there last year, providing some of his wares, ashtrays, pens, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah,
you can apply that.
And he did pretty dang well.
You can apply that credit towards
I
our
believe
purchases.
he sold everything
sold-
that he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
It was good to meet Ryan. He did a couple things for us. So this year the credit will be towards cigars. It's a social event, and we will have vendors there. The intent is to sell cigars, have a good time, sell cigars, give people good prices on cigars. I don't know if we sell singles. That would be up to the vendor. We keep it smaller. We have General. So last year was General Cigar and Forged. So Patrick DeWitt and Tony Monahan. We had Alec Bradley, Jeremy Wilson from Alec Bradley joined us on Saturday night. And we're leaning that way again. Jeremy said he's available. I've also reached out to Clay Roberts from La Polina.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a long time.
He's been there many years.
He has. And honestly, I think Clay comes out cost neutral for him to come join us. but he likes us. He liked Tony. He liked the group up here. It just ends up being a nice weekend for him.
Clay's just the kind of guy who he's willing to eat some cost just to promote premium cigar brotherhood, sisterhood. He loves to see people grow with their cigars. He likes people who are introduced to it because of these events.
Yes.
So he'll come out more often than somebody else who's just looking to, hey, am I going to make money on this event? And he helps organize a lot of it.
Oh yes, he's
So Clay's a great guy.
He is, and you meet him, you like him, and he's got a really good price point cigar on his La Polinas. He brings maybe 4 blends, 3 to 4 blends. He doesn't overdo it.
Yep.
He's not, no offense. Alec Bradley has something for every palate, and Jeremy and I last year, when I made the purchase, we did what was going to sell the most. They had brought the Kintsugi out last year. He brought these. He thought that was going to be a new, and he sold out all of them. Let's see. So last year, Friday night was a CAO VIP night, and Sean was not able to make it on Friday night, but he was there Saturday. I think you interviewed him.
Smoking Salads did an interview with Sean Williams
so
last
Smoking
year.
Salads is there. It's really cool to have you. I was pretty busy since I was running things. I'm glad you guys are self-sufficient, and I wanted to come over and.
We will be there again this year, I think.
Yes.
The change is we didn't have a PA system last year, so nobody could really hear what we were saying. So we have a PA system this year.
Okay, we're going to have multiples because I have one also.
Yep. So DJ, live music, haven't decided.
We'll probably have on Friday night. We'll have the guitar player Athena DeWitt.
Yep.
We'll do her. She's
great.
I liked the band on Saturday. I got some not negative comments, but 2 things that we noticed. The guitar player, he had an open back amp, and not everybody knows what that is. John would know what that is. That open back amp was about 7 feet away from me at the registration table.
Yeah, there's not a lot of muffling going on back there.
Yeah, well, a lot of sitting this far apart and yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And
What?
yes,
Can't hear you.
The band was great because they played a lot of ZZ Top.
There you
yes,
go.
no, they were a great band. In fact, their name is the Robusto Rejects.
Yeah.
And they told me how they got their name. One of them was a cigar smoker, but this is interesting on their story. The lead guy also played a lot of harmonica, and so there's different tones, different keys of harmonica. And when he was more of an active musician, he needed something to carry his harmonicas in. He didn't have a case, but he found a cigar box that said Robusto Rejects, like in his garage or his dad's garage or something. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, he didn't really know what it meant, but it fit all of his harmonicas. And so he had gone through 3 or 4 or 5 bands, and he'd always wanted that name. And some people, oh no, that means cigars. Cigars are bad. And finally, he got with a group of guys who liked it. They liked the name. They're like, we don't care. We just want to play, and that's a cool name. So that's how their name is. And I had heard them play in downtown Camas. So they're not going to. I'm pretty certain they won't be with us this year. We're going to keep Athena. For Saturday night. One of the things was the placement of the band, and that was if there was a overwhelming comment was, they were pretty loud, but some people were sitting 10 feet away from them, and
That's right.
And so yes, they could be, and I actually had them. We tried to adjust the volume, but they did not set up where I thought they should have been. Anyway, we're going to do some different things. We're going to have a PA.
So it's going to be a work in progress.
Yes, it's
but
a work
we
in
are
progress.
concerned with over volume and.
So no band on Friday night. We'll have, as one of our guests said, why don't you just have a cigar? Have a cigar soundtrack. So we'll do that through the PA. We'll have more. We had no raffles last year. I wanted to. I didn't get a chance to do that because of the flow, and also really no PA.
Well, the fact that you pulled it off last year, still in this COVID cycle, that was amazing.
We were happy about that. The guests were happy. People just wanted to get out and get out and be together.
Yeah, it's a great event, folks. If you've never been there, we're going to continue talking to Adam about it. But I'm telling you, it's an event you don't want to miss. It's a lot of fun. It's nice and small. It's not too big. You don't have to stand in long lines waiting to get sticks of cigars. The food that's there is amazing. So
Stephen Beechner did some of your cooking.
So yes,
Yep,
Stephen
Stephen
and
Keenan.
Stephen's. I just spoke with Stephen earlier. Some of you know him, maybe all of you know
He's
him.
actually in the cigar club.
Okay, I spoke with Stephen earlier. He's going to do Saturday night, and we were kind of planning the menu, and he does brisket is, I think, his passion.
Yeah.
So he's going to do, we try to do something a little different every year, but if it's not broke, don't fix it. And brisket seems to please people. Generally, don't get pissed off.
brisket and cigars.
Yeah.
Yes. The only better thing in my book is lamb, and you know what?
Nobody
When it's
got
hot
time
outside,
To,
I'm not hungry for lamb.
well,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
no.
hungry for brisket.
Also, lamb is stupid expensive.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It can be done
No,
really
but
well.
The bottom line is the food and the sides and everything is great. You can eat as much as you want, and I don't think you guys ever run out. So
John, interestingly, on our second year, we did, and so we had some guests that showed up late, didn't get any food. It was maybe 4 or 5 guests. We still kept them hydrated, but we had run out of food, and so what we said was that'll never happen again. We will not run out of food unless, I don't know why we would. Last year we probably took home 10 pounds of brisket, but that made me feel good. We chicken didn't go as well last year. For whatever reason, people were eating beef. And
yeah, I ate a ton of chicken.
did you?
So, oh yeah.
Well, I wish I would have sent more home with you. But well, we had a lot left over.
Every year's been great for me because I left full and I had a great time. So screw everybody else. I was full.
I do
Yeah.
have a question for you
Please.
specifically. So the VIP,
Yes.
what all goes besides the early entry on Friday, all that? The $30.
It's a box
Credit.
credit.
It's a box credit, so you can use that $30 when you go to vendors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any? Do you get free sticks? Do you
So
get
good.
swag?
Yes, what we've tried to do, and we've made a really strong point of it. I won't. If you want to know the history of how we got here, I can give you that. But what we try to do is give you a strong value in cigars. Now, I can't. If you buy a VIP ticket for $240 and I give you $240 retail value in cigars, you're just going to get frozen waffles for a meal, okay?
Right.
But what we try to make it a very good experience because we have costs. I mean, I don't have to rent the space, but I have to rent tents to keep so nobody gets
Overheated.
too much sunburn,
Right.
overheated, and so there's costs that we have related to the event site, but we get through our buying power, we get you get a lighter, you get a cutter, you get stuff that you can smoke. You can come there hands-free and be able to
Smoke cigars.
cigars. You get some new stuff. Last year, everybody got I'll put the Kintsugi. That came out last year for Alec Bradley. We got those. Everybody got one of those. So everybody last year got 12 cigars, 12 or 15 cigars. Retail value, if you figure $10 a stick.
You're looking at $150 at least.
Yes.
Yeah, plus
So
the
then
food.
there was spirit tastings we did. Because the way the event is run, I mean, we can't let you overdrink. We can't overserve you.
Right.
But we had spirits, we had beer, we had lots of
Wine,
water.
cider.
We had so we had really good food. I mean, our food is really good.
So really quick,
Yes.
somebody chimed in on YouTube. Hotbox Smoke Shop. Hey, welcome. But they said no food will go to waste if I'm there.
Well,
And-
you make sure you get there.
So he actually, and that is, can I say names on
Yeah.
here? Okay.
Yeah.
That is, Well, in my phone, his name is Amar Palashrek, but his name is Amar Tuma. He owns Hotbox 360, and he is a very good customer. He was a very good customer to our previous merchant, and with us, he's been to the events. And he is a very good cook also. He just doesn't have time to cook for us this year.
Yeah,
But,
Amar, I've heard all about your falafel. So at the end of the Tony show this Saturday, which you stopped by, thank you for supporting Tony and Cascade, by the way. We ordered falafel, and they said, this is nothing. And specifically the red sauce that we had with the falafel, they were going on and on and on and on about your red sauce.
Wait, were you going on about the red sauce?
They were going on about his red sauce, and I'm like, well, now I want some of Mar's freaking falafel with red sauce. But that you guys have met through the Broadway Cigar Club, yes?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
and I was always a part of Broadway Cigar Club, but I could just never get there, even though it's 2 miles from my house.
Well, I mean, John, that's where I met you.
Yeah.
When in the early days, and I remember.
Are you calling John old?
No,
I'm old.
I'm older than John. Thank you. No, we met early on the Vancouver Broadway, and he'd fill in there. And I remember going one day.
I was a Sunday guy.
He was a Sunday guy. I remember going on a Sunday, and
That's good.
I think it's myself and John were the only ones in there. He's got his computer on his lap, and this wasn't intentional, but John looked like he was working. If he has his computer out, he's probably working. Then I started asking him a bunch of questions.
No, he's looking at porn.
Well, he's probably. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
You were more gracious than a lot of people.
So he's got his computer, and it's him and I guess I wanted somebody to talk to, so I'm asking him questions. Like every time he's like got that working scowl on his face, I ask him a question, and he's finally just closes the lid and starts answering my questions and giving me the silent, hurry up, ask your questions, because I've got other more important things to do.
That's not true.
No, look, you were very,
I don't know. You sometimes come off across that way.
On a Sunday, if I'm working on my computer, that's bonus for my company. I'd rather spend time with the customer at a cigar shop.
I was in the back sitting down, and so no, it was a nice time. I've learned a lot from John. I learned some things that I had never thought of related to cigars and tastings, and so. Can I answer any more questions, or I can talk more about Cigar Fest?
We talked about the pricing from a VIP standpoint.
Yes.
What about a one night only standpoint?
Yeah, somebody walks in.
Okay, so just VIP pricing, $240 with a $30 box credit. That gets you in Friday night. So we have.
John's dying. That's what that's saying.
That's what that's saying.
Stupid.
It also gets you in an hour early on Saturday. Saturday is what we call the general admission night. So, because there's some guests that can't make both nights. They also can't, whatever. Maybe the 240 it can be a hard hit for somebody. And
Especially with gas at $5 right now.
Yes, I mean there's things that who knew a year ago, who knew 3 months ago where our things would be.
Right.
So. In the gas pricing, I would say carpool.
Oh, absolutely. Or take an Uber.
Oh yeah,
You'll probably pay less in gas taking an Uber than you would driving yourself.
Yeah. So so if you can only make one of the nights, Nick, you mentioned walk up. So we have the ability to have a walk up. My preference is, that we make
Insulin.
it that Saturday night. I had to turn some people, say, look, come back. This is a closed event. The VIPs have paid for this, this special time, and nobody really cares.
Right.
But I have to, make sure, food-wise, that I'm budgeted. Like I said,
Oh, yeah.
we have enough. We have more than enough because I have workers there. I have all of us that if people want to. Nobody should leave there. If you leave there hungry, it's because you don't like what we're serving. It's not because
there wasn't enough food.
It's not because there wasn't enough food. You just all of a sudden.
So you would recommend that people buy the VIP pass for both nights or the single day VIP pass?
Well, it's okay. So VIP is for both nights. What we call Friday night is general admission. You can still get in, but it's not necessarily VIP gets you both nights,
Right.
okay, and it lets you get in an hour early on Friday. And what that hour early can do is that we have more vendors. So because we really cater to one vendor on Friday night.
Right.
It has been Cohiba. I'm not certain there again this year. One year we did. I think we did Hoyo Monterey. They came out with the Hoyo de Monterey Black. It was a new blend for them.
Yeah. We can't have Ricky this year.
No, I saw that Ricky has taken his services elsewhere. We do have Justin Andrews.
Okay.
From Diesel.
Yes.
And
Very nice.
And again, I had to. Tony Monahan tells me, and I said, okay, great. This is not I don't mean to offend anybody, but it's like, okay, Tony, who is he? So Tony, in his typical, loving fashion, says, "Oh, well, I'll just email him, tell him not to come." And I said, "Tony, you're welcome to do that, but I don't know who the guy is. I mean, trust me, if somebody showed up, if Nick showed up, if I had not met you and you showed up and said, "Oh, I'm with, I'm with Swisher Sweet," and like, okay, welcome in, but you got to come tomorrow night. If you're welcome in, and I probably should ask for your Swisher Sweet ID or what,
Right.
But I don't. If
There's a way around that. We could talk about that after the show.
okay,
But yeah, we should. But yeah, so I'm looking for the audience. If you guys want questions answered, we've asked Adam a lot of different questions, and he's given us a lot of details. There's going to be more emerging. We'll probably have Adam on again as we get closer to the event. We're going to be advertising, probably at least once a month until we get closer to the event to remind you
I
that
would
this
say
event is
once-
coming up.
Well, so the event is in August. Yeah,
That's
when you say
August.
once a month. Yeah,
To
I was gonna say
start.
every week.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask. I know you have primary vendors, Cohiba, CAO. But
Well,
how
that's
many?
general.
Well, or general? But,
Yes,
but,
general.
But how many cigar, I guess, booths do you
Okay.
guys usually have?
So-
and also, I'm taking it. This is outside.
it is outside.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And John was there last year. John, Dean, Smoking Solids.
I was supposed to be there, but I was proposing to my now wife. So
Congratulate. That's more
Yeah.
important.
So
than
I've been
Cigar
there, I
Fest.
think, every year except one.
Yes, 1 year you came. You did some video. 'Cause you were doing other stuff. You were.
I was
CA?
working. Yeah, I was working for some.
That
other
was
shop
2019, I
event,
believe.
And I came up there, do a
Yeah.
quick video.
And you didn't stay long. I wanted to visit with you, but
No, just in and out because I had to go back to the event.
Got
but
it.
I snuck out of the event, came up, did the advertising on the Smoking Salads page, did a quick interview with everybody, and Clay was there, I think. So I did a quick.
he was
interview with
there. He was there in 2020. He was there 2019, and there again, he's such a good guy to have because he really, there again, he's a good MC. He
Yeah.
says the right things.
He's funny.
and he's funny.
likable. He's funny.
And-
great guy.
And he there's a lot of good things that he just brings to the industry, to the our
He's kind of like
our
the
happiness.
grandfather of events, right? Because I mean, every event that we've been to outside of yours, whether it be Little Smoke or Smoke Easy or
He's-
something like that,
so-
he seems to be very prominent in these things and just organizing.
When we
everybody
met
together.
Clay, and I don't know if you went to the first Little Smoke with us. Okay.
did.
Okay, so we met Clay. It was that year. He was with Alec Bradley
at the time,
at the time, yes. So we spoke with him and had a
he
great
sat at our
conversation.
table, I believe.
Pardon?
He sat at our table, I think, for the VIP
Right.
dinner.
We were sitting, in the lounge, up in the lounge.
It was
and
it was him and Phil, I think. What's his name? Phil. The other Alec Bradley. The guy's been there for a while. Maybe
I didn't even know there was another one. Honestly.
Boom! That's how good Jeremy is.
So, well, no, this was
This was seven-
before. This was before
Th-
Jeremy was a
It was
rep.
9 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
So go ahead,
Well, I was gonna say, I do have a question from the audience,
please.
but you're not gonna like it.
Okay.
They said, ask Adam, how are the Seahawks doing?
How are they doing?
Yeah.
They
Hot Box Smoke Shop asked, How are the Seahawks doing?
Well, thank you. That's a great question. And
I have a great answer too.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Ryan wants to know if
That-
he was the sexiest vendor.
Ryan wants to know if he was the sexiest vendor.
He was one of them.
Ryan said that he's hoping to be.
Yes,
able to make it.
I talked to Ryan. He was a good fit. He was a very good fit for us. So Ryan was a very good fit. He had a really. Have you seen the stuff that he does? The products he does.
John's got some stuff that he's got. I have a bunch of his cigar holders.
Yes.
Stands,
the
the nubbers. Right now he's doing pretty good making a 3-in-1. It's a cigar stand. You untwist the bottom, and it's a cigar nubber. But if you don't untwist it, it's also a bottle opener.
He got me a few of those. In fact, if Ryan's probably listening, we were going to raffle those. Yeah, he had got me some stuff we were going to raffle. And there again, just last year's flow it didn't work. I still have the products. I still like to get more because this year we're there again changing our PA format. We're going to have one and do some raffles. So we're going to have. We got some neat stuff planned to raffle off. Going back to so the flow this year is going to be previously, and John remembers this. You would come in and you'd get at the door you'd get a bag. You'd get a bag of your swag, a little bit of swag, a lot of cigars.
Right.
You'd get your. What we found, and I spoke with John about this. What we found was, and I talked to the reps. If I give you the bag, we did the bag from a security standpoint.
Right.
But if I give you the bag, you go sit down, and some guests, that bag is their cigars for a year. Now some people come there, they want to buy, but our format's going to change this year that you'll get a little bag, you have your cutter, lighter, the cigars. What we're going to do now, you're going to have you'll get raffle tickets. You'll get a ticket where like Big Smoke and Little Smoke did this, but you're going to get a ticket. You'll go up to Patrick. You got to exchange the ticket for, he's going to hand you the cigars.
Oh, okay.
What that does is that puts you in front of the vendor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
It is a great idea. Now, we've listened to critiques, complaints of, the Big Smoke, where you split up tickets, you run around, you get your cigars, you don't get a chance to visit with anybody. This will be, there again, we'll have 4 tables, we'll have 4 vendors at most. It'll be Patrick's, Jenna will have a heavy presence, should be Jeremy from Alec Bradley, okay. And then we'll have, if Clay Roberts from La Polina, if he's there. What I've also learned is don't oversaturate it. The vendors need to make money.
Yeah.
And what we saw with Little Smoke was 30 vendors, guys go around, they get their cigars, but they have 30 cigars, but you don't ever come back. I might buy a box from Nick, and that might be my only box. Well, if 30 vendors sell 30 boxes, they don't make any money. What we want to do is give you nice cigars. I mean, you're kind of paying for them, get you your cigars, but also everybody can make money. You'll go up and you'll buy whatever, Flatheads or Macanudos. Tony Monahan, there'll be a huge Diesel presence there. Well, Diesel, he reps Diesel, La Gloria. So
Partagas.
Yeah, Partagas.
Yeah, El Rico.
Yes.
So listen, first and foremost, it is a social event.
Yes.
However, to get the special people in here, the manufacturers, the head sales honchos, Sean Williams, for example, in order to get them there, they have to be able to sell some cigars.
Yes.
So it's not, for those of you that have been to these events, it's very laid back and casual, but the idea is great. You give you great deals on cigars. It's a great weekend, a Friday and Saturday, to go and experience and hang out with other like-minded people, buy great deals and great cigars that are there. But if we continue to get great sales going, we get the cigar group continuing to be there. Now, we're not going to grow to make it like a big smoke. That's not the idea.
No.
The idea is to keep it nice and small, because the small grouping is what we really liked about the little smoke. Because, I mean, now, you might sell out, but we're talking way smaller so that you can give tickets out and you can get that experience and not like 5,000 people there. So, but, you know, it is a good sales event, and a lot of people take advantage of that.
Yes.
So, yeah, keep in mind that when you go, bring some money, because there are some great deals going on at this event.
What we did last year.
And lots of swag to go with it.
Yes. So you asked about the swag. On the front end, you're going to get stuff to, there again, let you sit down. You can come there empty-handed. You can light your cigar. You cut your cigar, light your cigar, hydrate yourself.
Right.
Get some nutrition, because cigar smokers like nutrition.
Absolutely.
So the swag comes from the sales. I know Patrick, being general, this was interesting. His swag is, you buy cigars for me, I give you more cigars. You might get another lighter, you might get things, but
You might get one of those
right there,
ashtrays.
this flat, that's one of the nicest ashtrays going.
Oh yeah.
He's
you could throw it on the ground and nothing happens to it.
yeah,
Except
it
for
could
the
be
ground.
a self-defense.
The ground's got chips.
Be a self-defense device if you needed it to be.
Right. So really quick, on a different show, I was saying that we have a friend who, if someone wants to break into his house, all the lights in his house turn red, and the soundtrack or the song "Welcome to the Jungle" comes on.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice. So Patrick, his thing is, and I'm a believer of this too. I like getting stuff. We all like getting stuff. How many lighters do we all have? We have
So
lots
many.
of lighters.
So
How many have we
many.
lost?
All of them.
But we're guys. We like getting free
except for
stuff.
one.
But I can't smoke a lighter.
This is
I can
true.
smoke cigars.
Yep.
Yep.
And you can you can offer me a lighter. Yeah, I'll get it. But you give me 5-packs. You give me cigars. That makes a difference, because I can always find a lighter. I have matches. I mean, I can always find a lighter.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's last year. Tony Monahan with Forged. He gave out a lot. He had a lot of stuff. General is putting a lot of money into the swag side of Forged.
Okay.
There's really you could. He had a lot more. He had a lot more stuff.
Okay.
Where Patrick is like, well, I can't compete with stuff, but I can give you cigars.
Yeah.
So you buy from me, I'll make here. Hold your hands out. Here you go. I'll fill those hands.
Yep.
There you go.
So we're coming up to the close of the show. So again, the dates.
August 12th and 13th, 2022.
What are the
In-
prices?
Prices of VIP, which is Friday and Saturday, $240, and that includes a $30 box credit towards items there.
Do you know the price for just Friday?
I'll have to get back to you. We'll have to check the Facebook page,
Okay.
because I have it.
But it's on the Facebook page.
Not the Just Friday price.
Okay.
I'm making some adjustments.
Okay.
Where do people go to get tickets?
The link is on it's through Eventbrite. You can look it up through Eventbrite. There's also a link on the Facebook site.
Cool. Between now and then,
We have one more announcement.
two more announcements.
Two more.
Actually, three. There's another event coming up at Cascade this next month in April. I think it's April 29th. It will be Alec Bradley with Jeremy Wolfson.
Woo! It's
It's
gonna be good.
On April 29th and 30th, there's a Caldwell event, and Robert Caldwell will be there at the Bend Cigar Chapel. So if you want to take a road trip out to Bend, or if you're out in Bend and you're watching the show, get your VIPs. It's a big old dinner with Robert, and the last time I was at it was like the seafood boil was amazing, so you don't want to miss this. Robert Cole will be there at the VIP dinner, and then of course the show on the Saturday. So two great events going on, and then of course we'll keep announcing events as we hear about them on the show. And you got one more announcement.
So the last one is, as you guys have known, our good friend Chris Wilson passed away unexpectedly, but his celebration of life will be this Saturday, the 26th of March, at 4 p.m. at Selwood Cigars. The people. So for those that haven't been to Selwood, it is a coffee shop mostly with Selwood Cigar occupying a little space.
The humidor's in the coffee shop, but you could smoke outside, and they have a small little smoking spot.
And the coffee shop is gracious enough to close early. So there's going to be quite a bit of people. There's going to be Chris's family, and there's going to be a bunch of cigar smokers that know Chris. There will be we'll call it a Chris stick that you can get for free at the Celebration of Life.
Is it the Umbagog?
There's going to be multiple versions. There will be the Umbagog and one of 3 of the San Pedros. So 3 out of there's 4 San Pedros, but he only had 3. If you're able to come, please come. Chris was a great guy. He is somebody that a lot of us looked up to. If you knew Chris, I'm sure he would. His family, especially his wife, would love to see you.
And love to hear stories about how you knew him.
Yeah, and then it's going to be a potluck, so there will be food. But yeah, it runs from 4 to probably whenever it ends.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff coming up.
A lot of stuff.
With that, wish you cheers. We did not swirl
We
it
did
early
not
before,
swirl it
but we
early
will do it at the
cheers.
end and give each other's cheers.
Cheers.
And for those of you in the audience and for those of you online, enjoy smoking your salads. Good night, everybody.
So,
I'm a cigar man. I'm a cigar man. Big up, baby. You know I'm smoking. Cigar like a woman, round but not too firm. Even though it's smoking slow, fire'll get you burned. I'm a cigar man. Billy, oh honey, you know you got me smoking. Smoke 'em when they're short, smoke 'em when they're long. I like 'em when they're mellow, love 'em when they're strong. I'm a cigar man. Biggie, oh baby, you got me smoking.